Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we're talking about a question many Muslims, especially the younger generation, often wonder about. Are tattoos haram in Islam? Tattoos are seen everywhere these days, as a form of art, self-expression, or identity. But as Muslims, before following any trend, we need to understand what our religion actually says about it. Let's start with the Islamic ruling. The Qur'an doesn't directly mention tattoos, but there are clear references in the sayings of the Prophet Muhammad. In Sahih al-Bukhari, it's narrated that the Prophet said, "Allah has cursed those who do tattoos and those who get tattooed." This hadith is the main source that scholars rely on when they say tattoos are haram, meaning not permissible in Islam. The reasoning behind this is that tattooing involves permanently changing the creation of Allah, which Islam discourages unless there's a valid medical reason. So based on this and similar narrations, the majority of Islamic scholars, from all four major schools of thought, agree that tattoos are not allowed in Islam. But why? What's the wisdom behind this ruling? Let's look at the reasons. First, Islam teaches us to respect the body that Allah has given us. Tattooing changes it permanently, and this is seen as altering Allah's creation. Second, tattoos involve piercing the skin with needles and inserting ink. This can lead to infections, diseases, and health complications, especially when hygiene isn't maintained. Islam encourages us to protect our health and body, not harm it unnecessarily. Third, some scholars point out that tattoos were historically linked to non-Islamic or pagan traditions. Islam teaches Muslims not to imitate practices that go against Islamic values. And finally, while tattoos don't prevent wudu or ghusl, since the ink is under the skin, many scholars still consider it spiritually and physically unnecessary harm to the body. Now, what about today's world? People often say, tattoos now are safe, artistic, and meaningful. It's just a form of self-expression. That's true. Tattoos today are often cleaner and seen as art. But the key issue in Islam isn't about art or style. It's about the act of permanently altering the body. Islam doesn't restrict creativity. You can still express yourself in many beautiful halal ways, like using henna, calligraphy, or temporary designs. The idea is to keep your expression within the boundaries of what's pleasing to Allah. But what if someone already has a tattoo? This is a common and important question. If you got a tattoo in the past, maybe before knowing it was haram, or before you started practicing Islam, don't panic. You are not automatically sinful for what's already done out of ignorance. Allah is Al-Ghafur, the most forgiving. What matters is repentance, turning back to Allah sincerely and deciding not to repeat it. You don't need to hurt yourself trying to remove it, especially if removal causes pain or harm. Islam never asks us to damage ourselves in repentance. At the end of the day, Islam is not just about what's forbidden. It's about understanding the reasons behind the rulings. The message here is not to shame anyone, but to reflect. Every rule in Islam has wisdom. It protects our dignity, our health, and our spiritual purity. So to sum up, tattoos are considered haram by the majority of scholars because they permanently alter Allah's creation and involve unnecessary harm. But if you already have one, focus on repentance, not guilt. Allah's mercy is far greater than our mistakes. Thank you for listening. If you found this discussion helpful, share it with others who might be wondering about the same topic. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.